The human exploration vessel Aurora floated silently above the turquoise clouds of exoplanet Kepler 452b. Its metallic hull reflected the light of a nearby star, making the ship look like a distant comet in the darkness of space. Captain Alex Carter leaned on the control panel, his hands resting lightly, his eyes scanning the data streaming across the holographic displays. "Any signs of life?" he asked, though the answer was obvious. Sensors had detected intelligent signals for weeks. Still, seeing something live was always different. Lieutenant Myra Kim shook her head, eyes sharp behind her glasses. "Nothing yet, but the energy signatures suggest a city below. We should be careful. The readings are unusual." Alex smirked. "Unusual is good. We like unusual." The crew of the Aurora had trained for years for first contact situations. Yet none of them had met anyone or anything like the Elari. Reports described them as humanoid but taller, with a subtle glow to their skin and eyes that seemed to shift color depending on their mood. Their intelligence was said to rival humans in every way. Alex could hardly wait. "Prepare the landing pod," he ordered. "We're going down." The pod detached from the main ship with a soft hiss. Alex, Mara, and a small team of scientists descended toward the city visible through the clouds. It was breathtaking. Towering crystal-like structures spiraled into the sky, reflecting the sunlight in rainbows. The city was alive with movement, but unlike humans, the inhabitants moved in perfect harmony, almost like a carefully choreographed dance. As the pod landed, the door opened with a smooth whir. Alex stepped out first, his boots sinking slightly into the soft, glassy surface of the landing platform. The air smelled different, clean, fresh, with a hint of something floral. Myra took a deep breath, her eyes wide. "Beautiful," she whispered. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the end of the platform. Alex froze, heart racing. She was unlike anything he had imagined. Tall, elegant, with silver-blue skin that shimmered faintly in the sunlight. Her eyes were golden, intelligent, and playful. She studied the humans carefully, yet her posture was relaxed, almost casual. Alex's first thought was to introduce himself, but something inside him whispered, "Don't just be polite. Show them humanity." He stepped forward with a small grin. "I'm Captain Alex Carter of the United Earth Alliance. We come in peace." The alien woman tilted her head slightly, as if considering his words. Then, in a voice clear yet musical, she replied, "I am Liara. Peace is an interesting concept to humans, I understand." Alex chuckled. "You understand more than you let on." Liara's golden eyes seemed to gleam with amusement. "Perhaps, but you humans often speak without thinking. That can be dangerous." Alex smirked, feeling the rush of excitement he always got in situations like this. "Dangerous sounds fun to me," Mara nudged him. "Captain, focus." Alex raised his hands in mock surrender. Okay, serious face on." There was a brief silence. Liara's gaze scanned the humans, lingering on Alex just a fraction longer than anyone else. Then, in a casual tone, he did something completely impulsive. "You'd make a cute wife," he teased, giving her a playful grin. The words hung in the air. The wind seemed to pause, the clouds below glowing softly. Liara's head tilted further, eyes narrowing slightly. For a moment, Alex thought he had made a mistake. The alien might attack or leave, but then she said something that made him freeze. "Is that an offer or a threat?" Her voice was calm, but the question carried weight. Alex blinked, unsure how to respond. The humor he expected to land lightly instead met with this unexpected sharpness. Mara stifled a laugh. Captain." Alex ran a hand through his hair, trying to mask his surprise with charm. A friendly joke." Liara's expression didn't change. Instead, she stepped closer, her movements fluid and graceful. "Humor. It is a tool humans use to test others, to gauge reactions. Interesting. I see now why Earth reports warned us about your species." Alex laughed nervously. "Glad we could provide a cultural demonstration." Liara's golden eyes sparkled. "You are unpredictable. That may be your strength or your weakness." Alex's pulse quickened. There was something about her calm analysis that made him feel both exposed and intrigued. No other species had ever responded to a joke like this. Most had either ignored humans or found them frivolous. But Liara, she was evaluating him, measuring him against some standard he could not see. Mara whispered, "Captain, remember, we're here as diplomats first. Don't push too far." Alex nodded, though his grin remained. "Don't worry, I know how to handle myself." Liara studied him for a long moment, then finally spoke in a softer tone. Perhaps we shall see. For now, humans are curious. Come, walk with me. Alex motioned for the others to follow. The humans entered the city, their boots clicking softly on the crystalline pathways. The architecture was unlike anything they had seen. Buildings twisted and spiraled, yet the structures seemed alive, almost breathing with the energy of the city itself. Liara led them through the streets, explaining their customs in measured phrases. Humans were respected for their ability to adapt quickly, though they were considered emotional and impulsive by Ilari standards. Alex listened closely, trying to remember every detail. Every gesture, every word could matter if humans were to form an alliance with this species. As they approached a central plaza, Liara paused. This is where we test newcomers, your species, your leaders, your thinkers. We observe how you handle challenge. Alex raised an eyebrow. Challenge already? I thought this was a friendly visit. Liara's lips curved slightly. Friendship requires proof. Let us see what humans are capable of. From the shadows of the plaza, figures emerged. They were other Ilari, tall and graceful, their eyes glowing faintly in the sunlight. Alex noticed their postures, calm, confident, coordinated. They did not attack, yet their presence felt like a subtle test of awareness, patience, and intelligence. Alex straightened. He felt the weight of human history behind him, the countless explorers, diplomats, and adventurers who had crossed oceans and continents, meeting unknown peoples and surviving. This is just another first contact, he reminded himself. Liara turned to him, her gaze direct. Your species is clever, Captain, but cleverness alone is not enough. Adaptation, cooperation, and courage, these will be tested today. Alex felt a thrill of excitement. He had faced danger many times before, but nothing like this. He realized humans were entering a world far beyond mere physical survival. Their minds, humor, and instincts were being measured in a society that valued thought and subtlety over brute strength. The plaza itself began to shift subtly. Platforms rose and fell, holographic symbols appeared, forming puzzles and obstacles. The humans instinctively began to analyze, discuss, and plan. Even Mara, usually reserved, was impressed. Looks like a test, she said. We need to solve it together. Alex nodded, his confidence returning. Then let's show them what humans can do. Liara watched quietly, her expression unreadable. She had seen many species come and go, each failing in their own way. Humans, with their humor, impulsiveness, and creativity, were unusual. Perhaps this impulsiveness could turn into strength. Perhaps it could backfire. As the humans approached the first challenge, a series of floating platforms requiring precise timing and coordination, Alex felt a surge of pride. This is why humanity survives, he thought. Because we don't just follow rules, we improvise, we laugh, we take risks. Mara looked at him. Captain, you really did make that joke, and now it's changed the tone of everything. Alex smiled. Sometimes humor opens doors no formality can. Sometimes it tests the room before the test even begins. Liara's voice floated over them, calm yet powerful. Very well, humans, begin. Show me your worth. And with that, the first trial began. Alex and his team leapt onto the platforms, using their wit, coordination, and teamwork to navigate obstacles that would have seemed impossible to most species. Liara's gaze followed them closely, analyzing, judging, and subtly admiring. By the end of the trial, the humans had completed it with minimal mistakes. Liara's expression softened slightly, her eyes flashing with golden light. Impressive, she said. Humans, you are not what I expected. Perhaps the galaxy will remember your species after all. Alex grinned, a rush of satisfaction washing over him. Humor, courage, and human ingenuity had carried them through, and though the city's trials had only just begun, he felt a new sense of confidence. Humanity was not merely visiting this alien world, they were making their mark. Liara stepped closer to him, her tone gentle, curious, and almost playful. Captain Alex Carter, your species is unpredictable. Perhaps there is more to you than meets the eye. Alex's grin widened. I told you we humans are full of surprises. And for the first time, he wondered what other surprises this world, and Liara, might hold. The humans had barely caught their breath after the first trial when Liara led them deeper into the city. The crystalline structures around them sparkled in the soft sunlight, but there was a sense of purpose to everything. The Ilari were precise, deliberate, and always watching. Alex Carter couldn't help but glance at Liara. Her calm composure, her golden eyes observing every human movement, and the subtle glow of her skin. It was almost mesmerizing. He felt that same thrill he had felt during the first contact, the mixture of curiosity, tension, and excitement. "This city is incredible," Mara whispered, still looking around in awe. "Every detail, it's like the buildings themselves are alive." Alex nodded. "It is impressive, but don't forget why we're here. We're being tested." Liara led them into a large chamber at the heart of the city. The room's walls shimmered with holographic patterns that shifted constantly, forming strange shapes and symbols. At the center was a console that seemed to pulse with energy, yet it responded to no one's touch. "The next trial," Liara explained, "is one of understanding and adaptation. You must communicate with the city itself, learn its rules, solve its puzzle, do this, and you may earn trust." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Communicate with the city, you mean the building talks?" Liara's lips curved slightly. "In a manner of speaking, the city responds to thought, action, and intention. It tests not only your mind but your cooperation. You humans will need to think creatively." Mara frowned, scanning the console. "How do we even begin?" "This is unlike anything we've trained for," Alex grinned. "Simple, we improvise, that's what humans do best." The humans approached the console carefully. When Alex placed his hand on the smooth surface, symbols lit up in response to his presence. Lines of light moved, forming a network that seemed almost alive. The symbols shifted unpredictably, and Alex realized that solving this puzzle would require more than just logic. It required teamwork, observation, and adaptability. He glanced at Liara, who was observing silently. "Looks like she's testing us," Alex whispered to Mara. "Yes," Mara replied, "and I think she wants to see if we can work together under pressure." The humans began experimenting. Alex suggested trying different patterns, Mara coordinated the team, and the other crew members contributed their own ideas. At first, their efforts were chaotic. Symbols glowed randomly and nothing seemed to fit. Frustration started to creep in. "Maybe this is impossible," one crew member muttered. Alex shook his head firmly. "Impossible isn't in our vocabulary. Humans never give up. Keep trying." They tried again, this time combining logic with intuition. Alex noticed patterns that weren't obvious at first. Mara pointed out connections between seemingly random symbols. Slowly, the console began to respond positively, pulsing brighter with each correct action. Liara's eyes narrowed in interest. "Humans, unpredictable but clever. Your persistence is admirable." Hours seemed to pass as the humans continued their work. They stumbled, argued, laughed, and occasionally made mistakes. But their creativity and determination allowed them to adapt faster than any rigid protocol could. Finally, with a combined effort, the console glowed with golden light. Symbols shifted and aligned perfectly, forming a pattern that pulsed rhythmically. The room itself seemed to hum, acknowledging their success. Liara stepped forward, her golden eyes reflecting the light of the console. "Remarkable," she said softly. "Your species demonstrates not only intelligence but also flexibility, cooperation, and resilience. These are qualities many species lack." Alex felt a surge of pride. "That's humans for you," he said with a grin. "We don't just solve problems, we improvise." Liara's lips curved in what almost looked like a smile. "Improvise, yes, that is something your kind does well. Perhaps this is why you have survived against odds that would defeat others." The humans exchanged glances. Liara was acknowledging their strengths, not just their minds, but their adaptability, creativity, and teamwork. They had proven themselves, at least in this first real test of human ingenuity. As they moved to the next part of the city, Liara began explaining the Alari culture more deeply. Humans learned that their society was highly structured, with strict rules and traditions, yet behind the structure was a deep appreciation for intellect, art, and subtle communication. Humor was rare, but those who could master it were seen as unpredictable and dangerous in a way that commanded respect. Alex couldn't resist. "I suppose that explains why my little joke earlier confused you so much." Liara's golden eyes met his, and she tilted her head. "Confused, yes, but also enlightening. You humans, your humor carries insight, courage, and risk. It is fascinating," Alex chuckled. "Glad you think so, it's part of what makes us fun." Liara's expression softened, and for a moment Alex thought he saw genuine amusement. "Fun, yes, but also useful. Perhaps this is why humans achieve things others cannot. Your unpredictability, your creativity, it is a kind of strength." The humans continued through the city, facing more challenges. One obstacle involved coordinating their movements with the flow of energy streams that shifted unpredictably, requiring quick thinking and precise timing. Another involved decoding visual and auditory signals to unlock access to a hidden chamber. Each time the humans succeeded where more rigid species would have failed. They adapted, improvised, and learned quickly, their strengths shining through every trial. Liara followed silently, observing their every move. Occasionally, she would give a subtle hint, testing not only their intelligence but also their ability to interpret and cooperate. At one point, Alex paused, noticing a particularly tricky energy stream. He quickly calculated a solution, then directed his team. "Mara, take the left path. Crew, follow my lead. We move together. Timing is everything." They executed the plan flawlessly, navigating the obstacle with precision. The room responded, glowing brighter, and a soft hum echoed through the chamber. Liara's eyes gleamed with approval. "You humans," she murmured, almost to herself. "Your ability to adapt, to coordinate, to improvise, it is unlike anything I have seen." Alex smiled, feeling the rush of pride that came from succeeding against a challenge that seemed impossible at first. "That's what we do. We survive. We thrive. We make the impossible possible." As they reached the end of the trials, Liara finally spoke directly to Alex. "Captain Alex Carter, your species demonstrates courage, creativity, and cooperation, qualities that may make you formidable in the galaxy. I underestimated you. Perhaps humor and unpredictability are not weaknesses, but strengths." Alex felt a strange warmth at her words. Liara, the alien he had teased moments before, was recognizing humanity's worth in a way few species could. "We humans like to think so," he replied, "and sometimes a little humor helps us show it." Liara tilted her head, considering him carefully. "Indeed, your humor, your courage, your adaptability, it is compelling. Perhaps this is why your species has survived, even thrived, despite challenges most could not endure." The humans took a moment to rest. They had completed the trials, impressed an advanced alien species, and learned more about a civilization that seemed both alien and strangely familiar in its values. Alex leaned against a crystalline wall, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "You know," he said, glancing at Liara, "I think we're making a good impression, and maybe, just maybe, you're starting to like us a little." Liara's golden eyes met his, and for a brief moment her expression was unreadable, yet there was a hint of curiosity. "Perhaps," she said softly, "your species is intriguing. Perhaps there is more to discover." The sun above the city began to set, casting golden light over the crystalline structures. The humans watched in awe, feeling the weight of their achievements. They had survived the trials, proven their ingenuity, and gained the respect of a species far advanced in knowledge and culture. Alex glanced at his team. "You see, humor, courage, creativity, humans have it all, and we're just getting started." Mara smiled. "Yes, Captain. But I think the real adventure is just beginning." Liara's voice echoed softly as they prepared to leave the chamber. "You humans, you are unpredictable, yet admirable. Perhaps this is the beginning of a new understanding. Perhaps the galaxy will see your kind in a new light." Alex felt a surge of pride. Humanity had survived countless challenges on Earth, had crossed oceans and deserts, had faced every imaginable danger. And now, here on an alien world, their strengths shone even brighter. And as they prepared for the next phase of the trials, Alex realized one thing clearly. Humans were not just visitors to the stars. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. He turned to Liara and smiled. "Ready for the next challenge?" Liara's golden eyes gleamed with curiosity and amusement. "Always. Let us see how far your species can go." And with that, the humans stepped forward, ready to face whatever the Ilari had prepared next. They had proven their ingenuity, adaptability, and courage, but the galaxy was vast, and the tests of their strength and spirit were only beginning. The humans had spent what felt like days navigating the Ilari city's trials. Each challenge tested their minds, their courage, and their ability to work as a team. Yet, despite the difficulty, they had succeeded where other species might have failed. And now, as they prepared for the final trial, a sense of excitement and anticipation hung in the air. Alex Carter adjusted his jacket, trying to calm the rapid beating of his heart. The golden glow of Liara's eyes followed him as he moved through the crystalline corridors. She walked beside him, her movements fluid and precise, a quiet elegance that Alex found both intimidating and fascinating. "You've done well," Liara said softly. Your species has proven remarkable in these trials, yet the last challenge is different. It tests not only skill and intellect, but character. Alex raised an eyebrow. Character sounds like you're going to be judging us personally. Liara's lips curved in a faint smile. Perhaps, in a manner of speaking, yes. The humans entered a vast chamber at the heart of the city. Light shimmered off crystalline walls, forming intricate patterns across the floor. At the center stood a massive structure that pulsed gently with energy, like a living heart. Symbols rotated slowly along its surface, some glowing brightly, others dim. This, Liara explained, is the core of understanding. It reflects the intentions, courage, and cooperation of those who approach it. To succeed, you must act not just with thought, but with empathy, respect, and unity. Alex glanced at his team. Mara nodded, signaling that she understood. We've faced mental puzzles and physical coordination challenges, she said. This time it's about proving who we are as humans. Alex's lips curved in a confident grin. Well then, let's show them. The team approached the core cautiously. As they did, the energy reacted to their presence. Symbols rotated faster, pulsing in patterns that seemed to correspond to their thoughts and emotions. Alex realized that the challenge was not just to solve a puzzle, but to demonstrate their spirit. Focus on cooperation, Alex whispered. We move as one, every action counts. The humans began coordinating their efforts. Each symbol had to be activated in sequence, but only when all team members acted together. They communicated quickly, using hand signals, subtle gestures, and shared intuition. Mistakes caused pulses of light to flicker, but they adjusted immediately. Liara observed silently, her golden eyes reflecting the core's glow. There was something almost emotional in the way she watched them, as if she were measuring not only their skills but the essence of humanity itself. Hours passed. The humans stumbled, adapted, and tried again. Their combined laughter, quick thinking, and determination became a rhythm that synchronized with the core. Slowly, the energy began to stabilize, glowing steadily. Symbols aligned perfectly, and the structure hummed with a warm, golden light. You have succeeded, Liara said, her voice soft, almost reverent. Not because of intellect alone, but because of your spirit. Your cooperation, courage, and your humanity have passed the test. Alex felt a surge of pride. We didn't just solve it, he said. We lived it. That's what humans do. We adapt, we help each other, and we never give up. Liara stepped closer, her expression calm yet deeply thoughtful. Captain Alex Carter, your species demonstrates qualities that are rare even among advanced civilizations. Humor, courage, creativity, empathy, it is compelling. Alex smiled, remembering the first moment they had met. You mean the joke I made? Liara tilted her head slightly, golden eyes glinting with amusement. Yes, that playful remark of yours. It was reckless, yet it revealed much about you. Perhaps humans' unpredictability is not weakness, but a strength, Alex chuckled. Glad you finally see it that way. Liara's expression softened. Indeed, and perhaps you humans are capable of more than even you realize. The humans had passed every trial, proven their ingenuity, and impressed the Ilari beyond expectation. But the most important achievement was the recognition of humanity itself, its creativity, spirit, and adaptability. As the core's glow faded into a gentle shimmer, Liara addressed Alex directly. Captain, you have been honest, courageous, and clever. And you have shown humor, which is rare in diplomacy. She paused, then added softly, almost teasingly, perhaps you would make a cute husband. Alex froze, his heart skipping a beat. For a moment he could not speak. Then with a grin he replied, and perhaps you would make a very interesting companion. There was a soft laugh, musical, light, and genuine, from Liara. For the first time, Alex felt that they were not just observers and participants in a trial, but equals, two intelligent species acknowledging one another. The rest of the humans looked at them, smiling. They understood that this moment was symbolic. The joke, playful at first, had become a bridge of understanding. It had revealed humanity's unique qualities to a species that valued intellect, observation, and spirit. Liara gestured toward the chamber doors. Come, there is one final step before you leave. It is a ceremony of acknowledgement, a recognition of your species' worth. The humans followed, curious and excited. They entered a vast hall filled with floating lights and soft music that resonated through the crystalline walls. Other Ilari were gathered, their golden eyes reflecting interest and respect. The humans could feel the weight of this moment. It was more than a ceremony. It was recognition. Liara addressed the gathering. These humans have completed our trials. They have shown courage, creativity, empathy, and humor, qualities that are rare and valuable. We recognize them and we welcome them as allies. Alex felt his chest swell with pride. Humanity had faced countless challenges in their history, yet now among the stars, their qualities were being recognized and respected by another intelligent species. The humans bowed slightly, acknowledging the respect offered. Mara whispered, "This is incredible." "They actually admire us," Alex nodded. "They do, and it's not just about what we can do, it's about who we are." Liara stepped closer to Alex once more. "Captain Alex Carter, you have shown me that humans are not just survivors. You are innovators, collaborators, and perhaps the galaxy's most interesting species." Alex smiled, feeling the thrill of achievement. "That's humans for you. We adapt, we think, we laugh, and sometimes we make jokes that start interstellar friendships." Liara's golden eyes gleamed. "Yes, perhaps humor is the key to understanding, and perhaps your kind is more than I imagined." As the ceremony concluded, the humans knew that they had earned something far greater than accolades. They had earned trust, respect, and the beginning of a lasting alliance. The Ilari had seen the essence of humanity, and they admired it. Alex turned to his team. "You see. Ingenuity, courage, humor, humans have it all, and we've just shown it to the galaxy." Mara laughed softly. "And we didn't even break anything," Alex grinned. "Yet." Liara approached him one final time before they returned to their ship. "Captain, your species is unpredictable, clever, and capable. Perhaps the galaxy should watch carefully. You may shape it in ways even you cannot yet see." Alex felt a mixture of pride and excitement. "We humans like a challenge, and apparently so do you." Liara's expression softened, and for the first time Alex sensed something personal in her words. "Perhaps, Captain, some surprises are worth more than caution. Some connections are worth exploring." Alex's grin widened. "I think I'll take that as an invitation." And with that, the humans returned to the Aurora, their hearts light with accomplishment and anticipation. They had proven themselves, gained the respect of an advanced alien species, and demonstrated the true value of humanity: courage, creativity, humor, and adaptability. As the ship lifted off from Kepler 452b, Alex looked down at the shimmering city below. Liara's eyes followed them until the Aurora disappeared into the sky, a silent promise of new adventures and discoveries to come. He leaned back in his seat, smiling. "You know," he said quietly to himself, "that joke, it really did start something." And somewhere across the stars, Liara smiled too, a quiet acknowledgement that humanity, unpredictable, clever, and full of spirit, was a species worth knowing, respecting, and perhaps befriending. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges and unknowns. But humans had shown that they were ready, not just to survive, but to thrive, to inspire, and to leave their mark. And with that realization, Alex Carter allowed himself a moment of pride. Humor, courage, creativity, and heart, it was what made humans extraordinary. And now, even the stars seemed to recognize it.